Hi everybody, this is Casey Mitzel, and I am making a workout from a friend of mine on the other side of the country, and I just thought it might be a good idea to just put it down on video so that more people can benefit from this particular basic workout. We're going to call it Workout A, and it has 3 rounds, 6 exercises, plus a kettlebell swing. And just basically what you want to do is go down from round 1 from the top all the way down to the bottom, and then repeat that 3 times. And this is going to cover pretty much full body as well as some cardio conditioning. So are we ready? Let's go ahead and get started. The first exercise on here is the kettlebell chest fly. You can also use the dumbbells, which is shown right here in the video. And we're going to show a couple of different angles on this, as well as how to do this with a kettlebell. Of course, you may also use the pulley system behind as a cable movement if you'd like to. And that exercise itself is actually the chest press. So I would say a combination between the chest press and the chest fly. Notice right here, this is the difference between a chest press, where the elbows are bent, going into full lockout on top. And then at the page switch, you'll see a chest fly, and the difference, the elbows are locked, and the movement is just happening from the humerus to the sternum, contracting the pecs. Same speed up, same speed down, under control. This is going into low rows. This is a dumbbell low row. Of course, you can do this with a kettlebell, 2 kettlebells as well. The knee is bent. The hips are actually placed on the thigh for support, but because a single leg, it's going to give you a little bit different a feel for stability. Here is a 2-leg. Same thing with the hips. The hips are against the thigh. Back is staying straight. No momentum, just power up, power down, under control with the kettlebell or dumbbells. If you'd like to use your single kettlebell, the single kettlebell low row, with or without support on the bench, and then obviously just switch to the other side. Back is straight. The rep is performed evenly up and down. Then we go into our cardio conditioning segment here, which is going to be your kettlebell swing. Now this is a Russian hard-style kettlebell swing. It's explosive. And this is actually using a little bit of the shadow punch technique, which means that the lats stay back. I'm pulling down rather than letting the bell just fall down, and then I'm exploding up through the hips, the hamstrings, and the lats for stabilization. 15 of those. Now we're going to our weighted sit-ups. Using a kettlebell or a dumbbell, or if necessary to modify down, you can go into just a regular full sit-up. We'll be showing you some techniques you can use using suspension training and TRX on the next video. This is our goblet squat. Notice the 90-degree squat. You're squeezing your armpits against your ribs, stabilize that kettlebell. The kettlebell serves as a counterbalance to allow you to drop down, keeping those heels on the ground, stabilizing those knees and ankles as you explode up into your squat motion. Back to our kettlebell swing. Get the heart rate elevated again. Okay, now the difference between a Russian hardstyle kettlebell versus an American swing is the American swing will take it overhead. And of course, some of the baloney fitness swings you'll see out there are performed loosely, and we want to avoid those whenever we possibly can. So this is the style that you want to use for explosiveness, for cardio, and for power. Bicep curl can be performed with a straight bar. We'll have an example here of dumbbells. Notice how the elbows are staying next to the rib cage. You're not seeing excessive movement in the back of the humerus. And then, of course, a cable bicep curl would be an option. Keep those wrists locked out, not to do too much excessive curling in the wrist, so we can keep the tension where it belongs in the bicep and away from the forearms. And then our tricep dips using a bench. If you have access to a cable pull down, you can do tricep extensions on the pull down. We're going to show you some different variations with the TRX suspension trainer in future videos. Then back to our kettlebell swing. And that is round 1. Now I've included a couple other additional exercises that can challenge you in stabilization and in power. This first one is a front squat, single kettlebell front squat, similar to the goblet squat. However, because of the off-centeredness of the kettlebell, there's going to be some stabilization involved above and beyond what you would have with the goblet squat by itself. Okay, on this stance, it's going to be just a little bit narrower than the goblet squat. That core is nice and tight, and that elbow is locked against the rib cage. Switching to the other side. This is the single arm kettlebell swing, or single kettlebell swing. Same explosiveness, but because of the single kettlebell and the lopsidedness of the movement itself, actually more muscles are involved in the stabilization and the power versus the two-arm kettlebell swing. A lot of times the weight will be reduced and you're getting more work capacity due to the muscle load rather than the power load with the heavier kettlebell that you should be using for the two-arm swing. This is the kettlebell snatch. Also very explosive, getting into that shoulder stabilization and power. There's significant benefits to bringing that kettlebell up overhead for that pause. And that technique does take a little time and practice, and expect to feel some discomfort in those forearms until you get it figured out. So that concludes the workout A, with a couple of different bonus exercises in there just to kind of wet your whistle and get you excited for the next couple of videos coming up. But hopefully that was helpful, just showing the form and technique of some of the movements. And there's several different varieties and ways to do this. And for this first one, just going as shown is probably the best for both cardio and get that heart rate elevated. They should be short, quick workouts. The weight that you use for the kettlebells or dumbbells should allow you to get 12 repetitions, but they should be challenging. If you stop at 12 but you know you could have gotten 5 or 10 more, then that weight is too light. If you're getting 12 on the first one and maybe almost 12 on the second one and 10 to 12 on the third one, then you picked the right weight, and that's exactly what you want to do. The kettlebell, of course, should be heavy enough to where when you swing, it's not going too far above the chest, and if it is, you can practice that power shadow punch technique where you stay in control of that momentum swing. Hopefully this exercise video was helpful in helping you come up with some ideas and some formations of the workouts and order and technique. And please comment below, let me know if this was helpful to you. And that also encourages me to want to continue to help people out with this video format. I know it was put together pretty quickly, but I promised this to my friend and I wanted to get it out to him as quickly as I possibly could. So thanks again, and happy workouts.